Heyo. So I want to go over the trades for the week because things were just beautiful, right? So I'm gonna start on like a higher time frame to see. So basically, we got this little impulse up, right? We have a trend line going down. That's a 4 hour trend line. Let me take the session breaks off for a second. Right, we got a 4 hour trend line. It bounced down. It broke and retested it here. Now, if you was trading on 9/11 at 5 in the morning, that would have been a great entry. So boom. Now we on the 1 hour. We know we're looking for buys because this foundation level at 3.5 is being respected here. So if you was in the market, let me put my session breaks on. Yep. If you was in the market early at 7 a.m., 6, 7, 8, 8 o'clock, you would have got a good entry for the buy, right? Boom. Drop down to the 30 minute. Now you can see this is a great entry. Like you get that wick rejection here, place a pending order. You missed it at 5:30, place a pending order at the foundation level, and your entry would have got picked up at 8:30 for a great amount of 80 pips. And it comes straight to the zone, right? Mind you, that zone I started all the way over here on a 4 hour from here. So if you see that zone, it's valid, right? Now, here's where I went wrong. I don't know what the problem was, but I did not have any confidence in myself. And I had all these confluences. Literally, I write out the confluences and I'm going to show you where the confluences are. So, one, we have this impulse and then we have this correction. We have this wick exhaustion here that lets you know that we're still buying, right? You put a fib on this from here to here. You got your impulse, you got your correction. It even touched the 61.8, so you know we're going to 61.8, right? Then on the 15 minute, I got two bullish engulfing candlesticks. That one engulfed that one. That one engulfed that one. Then I have a counter trend line breaking retest. This trend line, it broke it, retested it, and then I got another engulfing candlestick here. Entries could have been here, 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 all up and through here. It didn't even matter. But my entry was on Friday. So definitely took this entry on Friday. I don't remember where exactly I have to go to my trade Zilla, which I'm gonna do in a second to figure out where exactly my entry was on Friday. But also we had this 1 hour zone. That's the blue one that's being respected. And then we got wick exhaustion. So I just labeled six confluences. I labeled them, right? Then Sunday come, the market open on Sunday. I get in again. I closed in profit. I bought it somewhere down here. It was a great entry. And I closed somewhere up here. I know that. I closed because I was just being scared on Friday. Boom. Sunday come, I get back in. I have a great entry here. Either I got in somewhere when the market like first opened. So like right around here. Literally, if I got in as soon as the market opened, it's probably right here. And then I have like zero drawdown, like literally 2 pips. All I had to do was hold. I closed. I don't even think I closed in I did close in profit. I closed before the move even fucking happened, which is fucking annoying. So boom, I had a great entry, missed out on this buy. I could have got in again. Um, I could have got in at any point. I could have got in here. I was at work then. I could have got in whatever. So boom, take that fib off. that smaller fib because that is this fib. It finished, so you don't really need it anymore. It finished and it went past it. And I'm gonna show you the stopping point that we had, but I gotta find it. Shit. Oh, there I go. Delete. All right, so this is this entry. Oh, and it's a trend line bounce. Great trend line. All right, so then we get a little bit of divergence, right? Then on the 1 hour, the fib comes from the bottom. So remember I said that the fib comes from down here to here. This is a retracement. So we got point A to point B. It comes back to the 38. Actually, it don't even hit the 38, honestly. It don't really hit the 38. But it ends up hitting negative 27, right? The negative 27. So right here. Boom. Go down to the 15 minute because I want to show you where this entry. So see what's exactly on the screen right now. It's a lot going on. I apologize in advance. But actually, I'm gonna take the fib from here. I think that's where I took it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So then we have point A down here, up here to point B, pulls back here. I'm gonna delete that real quick because I don't like it. And then we have this counter trend. So we have divergence, but the divergence didn't complete yet because it started pulling back. This break and retest of this trend line, that's a 5 minute. I trade on a 5 minute. But it comes back to the 38, which means a continuation, and it goes all the way up to the negative 61.8. That was news. This was like a 2 o'clock news. Um, and if you wanted to trade that, you probably would have got it like here. Yeah, I would have got in at like 7 and found me like an engulfing candlestick to get on. I think it did on a 5 minute. Either way, it broke and retested this trend line. Now, after it hit negative 61.8, right? It gave this wick exhaustion, and then it gave this strong bearish candlestick. So I'm gonna delete this fib because I don't need it anymore. But I just wanted to show you where the TP hit, right? So then we have this beautiful break and retest. So this is the last low to the last high. It breaks it strongly. This is a great example of a break and retest, a strong one in direction. You see how this is a break and retest going in the same direction, a trend continuing. And if you sold it here, which I did, because I was doing the most, but assuming that this is a break and retest, you see how this isn't a break and retest of a trend direction change because you needed to pull all the way away and then come all the way back. And that's exactly what this did. And then actually I could delete that other fib too. Hold on. Where are you at? Delete. Because you're in the way. Then yeah, this is the only fib I need right now. Then you got your red box, green box, blue box, boom, to come down to this. And this was 100 pips. I caught this whole sale for 100 pips. It was beautiful. Let me tell you, beautiful. And that's basically what you do. Keep wash, rinse, repeat. I didn't label out my confluences here, but one, you have a strong break and retest. Two, you got wick exhaustion. Even though that kind of happened after I placed the entry, so yeah, excuse me. But actually, you got weak exhaustion from the top. So that's weak exhaustion up here. And yeah, that was a great entry. I'm so proud of myself. And if you want to see it on a blank chart, that's what it looks like. Um, Boom. Now then we go to EU. Same thing. I was in an EU buy on Friday. And I closed because of this little pullback right here. You see this pullback? I got in a little bit of drawdown. My entry was here. I got in a little bit of drawdown. Instead of re-entering, I closed everything. It was just like, fuck it. And I tend to do that, just say fuck it. So I'm reflecting on my trades right now. And this counter trade, this counter trend line on a 5 minute, this impulse, little impulse up lets you know that we're about to go to a buy. So all you had to do is place your entry here. And that was during London section. So this impulse up was at 2:30. Shout out to 2:30. And then the entry was like at 4 in the morning. So yeah, I wasn't up during that time. So not mad at it. But I would have held if I would have held my positions from Friday here because I definitely saw this little baby fib right here. You see how this little baby fib let me know that it was time to buy? That was a confirmation for me. Um Here. So I have a minor fib reversal level, with exhaustion, 4 hour trend line bounce. Or I think that was actually for this trade. So the confluences are always the same. I have like a whole list of confluences. They're typically the same. Mm, You just gotta pay attention to what the fuck you doing. But this trend line is actually a break and retest. Sort of kinda. That's a 5 minute, so make it 5 minutes. Um, but yeah, it bought up all the way the fuck up. And hit negative 61.8. And this is your first TP on Tuesday. You would have placed that shit on Friday and held for Tuesday. And I have to get it out my mind that you don't hold over the weekend or you don't trade on Fridays because my previous mentors told me that they don't trade on Fridays. They don't trade on Fridays, all that extra shit. Nah, nigga. I trade every day of the week. You can make money every day of the week. And the best entries that I had was on Friday at during New York session, at the end of New York session, like right there at the end of New York session. But I work during the day, so 9:30 wasn't a problem for me to get in. And yeah, held that shit all the way to Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Now I would have got out here. Mm, I would have got out if I would have held. I'm learning to hold my trades. I'm learning. Now, let's just close or hide that. I don't know how to hide, so delete. Now, the same thing happened here. If you put a fib from this low to this high, right? This high, it comes back to the negative 23, which means consolidation. And what is it doing? Consolidating. Excuse me. It also is a baby fib from here to here. Negative 61.8 gets hit. And this trend line right here gets broken and retested. And then news happens and pushes EU all the way up 70 pips to the TP1, negative 21.7 or negative 27. Either or. I think I might have had the fib start there. Either way, they both both of the TPs would have been great if you were trading that day. I just watched it on Tuesday, but then EU did a great, and I don't think my trend line is on here. My trend line is here. EU did a great sell. Oh, there go my confluences here. I wrote them out. I know I wrote them out somewhere. These were the confluences for this buy, which is similar to the confluences for that buy. The buys is the curves. But back to where we were. This is a valid break of a trend line. It breaks. This is the same example of the red box, green box, blue box. Same concept. But for this, it's like a zone. It's just a zone all the way through. And then you don't really have any wick exhaustion, but you do have a bearish engulfing candlestick. That right there on a 15-minute is another indicator to enter. And you got your impulse, you got your pullback, you got your correction, and it literally hits the negative 21.7. Now, if you look at it on this time frame, it literally hits this 1750, the whole number that I was telling y'all about in my other video, where it tends to bounce off of these whole numbers. That's why I highlighted 1.8, 1.9 too, because 1.7, just to have them in mind, just so that they reference. But for, so one of my mentors said to do it, to separate his zones based on every 500 pips, but I thought 500 was too much because he's a swing trader and I'm not a swing trader. So I said every 250. And then if you notice, this also hit 1.9. You see how I respected that zone? So if I'm not a retail trader and I'm the banks, I'm literally like, ooh, sell at 1.9 down to 1.75. And now we're waiting to see what happens now. But I have a 4 hour um, trend line that looks like it's being respected. Because now I got wick exhaustion from the bottom that I don't really know. So we're just gonna wait and see. Oh, I don't like these on here. So I haven't used circles in a little minute. They messing up my perfect picture. As you can see, I love my markups because they're literally awesome. Literally awesome. I've literally gotten to a point where I can see it, everything clearly. Oh, and I took a sale on gold. I didn't have the fibs on. And that's the one thing. I just took the sale because I saw this zone being respected. And if I would have put the fib on, I would have had the exit point at negative 27. And that would have been fine. That would have been fine. And I didn't have a trend line. I eyeballed it and said, "Oh, it's about to sell." I didn't analyze this until after I was already out of it. I just woke up this morning and decided that I wanted to trade. And look at that beautiful, beautiful trend line. But this impulse was a break of structure. You got it making lower lows, lower highs, put the pivots on. You had divergence here. I do believe, yeah, you had divergence here. It broke it, retested it. But what this wick did was stop out everybody who was already in the sale. Their stop loss is probably up here. So what did they do? Stop everybody out and then continue to sell. So if you got in before that up here, there was too many people selling. So they had to make their money back. And that's what the banks do, or whoever controls the way this shit moves. That's a liquidity grab or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But put a fib on from here to here, you should have been out anyway. So one, two, pull back, negative 61.8. That's what, 300 pips? And what time frame was that? Oh, that was neither New York nor London session. So this was 8 o'clock on Tuesday. That sale was 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, right? Then we have news Wednesday at 2 o'clock. That shit fluctuates. And then I get in for the sale in the morning. So how I'm using these session breaks, I put them on because I know, ooh, that was a nice buy up too. I respected the trend line. Just buy it up to the next zone. But I put the zone this I put these on because I don't want to trade unless I'm in the zone. And that's in the green zone or the red zone. I know I'm in the right time because timing is everything when it comes to trading these two pairs. You want to make sure you're in there at the right time. And if you look at my other video, I showed you when you should actually be in the market. That's why I have these highlighted. Like the best times to trade is between these zones. And it's very repetitive. Very. And if you missed it, then you can get it on another one. Good part about trading is it's always more money to be made. This shit is awesome. So yeah, that's my trades for the week. I'm just rambling right now. So I'm in this call and send it to my folks. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna start like live trading and start going over this shit live and hopefully like I won't be so hesitant because that shit was perfect. Like all I had to do was hold. I had the best position. The best position. That was what? 194 pips. Okay, so let's see. This is my TradeZilla. I just started this shit. So my entry was on Friday. Let's see where my entry was on GU. Um, so these are shorts. So let's go to long. I want to say this is probably the best entry I had. One point. Hold on, where's the entry? You see how I got in and got out? Hold up. I hope y'all can still see this. I'm gonna be sick if y'all can't. But um I'm trying to there we go. You see how I got in here and got out there when the move hit all the way the fuck up there? Yeah. So what was the entry? It doesn't say average exit, average entry, trade risk, entry time, but what the fuck was the actual entry? That's what I want to know. Price. Highest point went to. It tells you. 35681. No, it went higher than that. Lowest point price went to. Or is this just what I did? Oh, this is my entry. Yeah, I still can't figure out my price right now from this. I don't really know, but it's about here. 35464. So let's see. 35. Oh, y'all numbers is different. What the fuck is this? 35448. Oh, I'm on the wrong pair. Sorry, y'all. 3544. Somewhere around here. Either way, that should be like right here. Yeah, that was 186 pips. Oh, either way, I am profitable this week. Well, this month so far. Today was probably the best day. I made 200 bucks on 4 trades. And this trade would have been profitable. This was that dumbass sale that I took. But yeah, my dog is barking. So I'm out. See y'all next time.